In this video, a cyclone, a cruise, a lighthouse, and a mammal.
Okay, welcome to my third YouTube video. I've had a couple of attempts of trying to get my audio sorted. I did a couple of, a big trip, maybe a few hours just west of Brisbane, and all the sound quality was complete and utter waste of time. It just didn't work. I guess when you're starting out new, creating videos, there's a bit of trial and error, and I guess you've got to start somewhere, but I think I've got it sorted now. I've got a new camera, I've got a DJI Action Pro 5 with an audio attachment and a little microphone that I've got inside my helmet, and I've also, this time, I've got a windshield underneath my chin here, which I've never really used. I've always had it with my helmet, but yeah, hopefully this will make a big difference and you can be able to hear me properly. So, cruising along the weekend after Cyclone Alfred that came across last weekend, I wasn't here, I was away on a cruise. But back now, beautiful blue skies. Thought I'd go for a quick ride out to Cleveland, which is east, maybe southeast of Brisbane. Been there lots of times. It's a great place to go for a morning coffee. Usually I'd go with a mate of mine, but he's a bit AWOL at the moment, so I'm going for a quick ride by myself. So last weekend, the cyclone came through. We were meant to have a 7-day cruise. We went out to New Caledonia and Mystery Island in Vanuatu. We were meant to get back on Friday, early Friday morning. Didn't get back to just after lunch on Monday. So there was an extra 3 days of cruising time. We managed to have one more day in New Caledonia, which was good, but I think by the end of it, everyone was pretty keen to get off. When you're spending 6 days out of 10 just at sea. And this is my first cruise as well, so for a little bit I was trying to get my head around what it's all about. And I came to the realization it can be anything you want. You can have a very quiet, relaxing cruise. It can be party central. You can spend your whole time at the bars, and I'm sure a lot of people there do, because man, they go through some grog on those things. But did I enjoy it? Yeah, I did. For a first time cruise, it was long when you're, there for the next 3 days, but I think it was my wife and I that went. I think it'd be a bit different when you go as a group, you go with some friends. You can still have your time, but meet up over a couple of drinks or something. But yeah, we left just some pretty horrendous swell and headwinds. There was like nearly 100km/h headwinds as we left the cruise. So my first impressions were pretty bumpy. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about cruises, contrary to popular belief. I'm actually gonna, talk about, anything really. Just going for a ride in the morning for a coffee, talking crap, as you can tell. So I'm riding my Vstrom 650 XT. So I picked it up in 2019. It might have been early 2020. It's a 2019 model. I got it soon after COVID. but what a great bike this is. It's my first bike in Australia. I'm originally from New Zealand, if you hadn't guessed. And I used to ride a lot on the farm, you know, dirt bikes and that kind of thing. I had a road bike for a few years, but I hadn't ridden for maybe 25 years. You know, I came to Australia, went to the UK first, then came to Australia, married, kids, and my wife didn't want to have a motorcycle when we were trying to bring up a couple of young kids. Yeah, it's fair enough. But I guess after 20 years of asking if I could have a motorcycle, one day she said, okay, so then it was like a bit of a rush to say, okay, well, what's out there? I had quite a look at a few things. I was even looking at the Vulcan 650 at one stage, but I really want this for long distance travel. I've done a couple of really big trips from Brisbane out to Longreach and back. So you really want something with a bit more comfort, you know, sitting in a cruiser position with your legs forward. Yeah, that'll be a long trip. So I settled on this one. I really like the yellow tank, yellow rims. And as soon as I saw one come up, it was a demo. Could have done about, I don't know, 1,200 kilometers when I picked it up. Geez, what a great bike. You know, it's being a 650, it's pretty economical. It's got a 20-litre tank, and it can just go and go and go. And of course, being a Suzuki, it's super reliable, which is great when you're doing long trips. And I've never really looked back. I probably don't do as much as I should, but I enjoy motorcycle camping. You know, I've got a 3-person hike tent, which is great for myself and a lot of my gear. It's big enough. It's not that big, it's quite light. Some of these gum trees got a pretty big battering during the cyclone. They're pretty renowned for breaking off big chunks of branches. They're a very, very dry timber. They do recommend that you don't park or camp underneath them because it's pretty common for big chunks to come off and they can really do some damage. I guess that's one of the things of living in Australia, you know, it's a real possibility. And especially when you get high winds or a storm, the amount of debris all over the roads and that you see on TV because of the cyclone, it was pretty horrendous. Of course I missed all that because I was AWOL in the Pacific Ocean, but nice big hill. Dodge the mammal. Nice big marina over there. We're going through a pretty upmarket area called RABY Bay. Lots of nice marina areas and big homes on the water. Getting real close to the lighthouse and the restaurant now for a coffee, so I can do the coffee right now. It's now 10 to 7, Saturday morning. As you can see, there's lots of canals and rather expensive homes around here. here's the lighthouse. I don't think it still works, but it is a lighthouse. Nice day to be out on the water today. Apart from the rainstorm that's over there. I didn't see when I said that.